Happy Friday, Wildcats! Now, if you're not a Wildcat, if you're not one of my students, I still want to welcome you, and I hope you like today's story as much as my students, because we're in this together. Now, today we have an author book, but before we even get started, boys and girls, did you know that author has a nickname? Yeah, it's called John Legend. Now, just kidding. That was actually for the parents, in the room who might be watching this with their kids, for whatever reasons. A little bit of something for everyone. So, Arthur spoke. Well, this is Arthur's Christmas. So, I know that this is not December, this is not Christmas, but it's a pretty cool story, and I thought we could enjoy it anyhow. So, let's get started. Alright, let's position it. Can you see it well? Alright. Ooh, hold on. Alright, this might be a little better. Arthur and DW had been in the drugstore a long time. For heaven's sake, DW said, this store is full of presents. Pick one and let's go. It has to be just right, said Arthur. I want Santa to like it. Well, hurry up, said DW. I want to get home and see if Grandma's there and how many presents she brought me. So, they are at the store picking out presents, but turns out Arthur is actually trying to pick out something for Santa. How nice of him. At home, DW added 10 more things she wanted to her Christmas list and copied it over in red pencil. Arthur and DW cheered when they heard the car in the driveway. Grandma, are there presents in there for me? Asked DW. Grandma, do you think Santa would like new mittens or gloves? Asked Arthur. Whatever happened to, hello, I'm glad to see you? Asked Grandma Thora. So, they are so excited about their own presents or maybe what Santa would like that Arthur and DW forgot to say hello to Grandma first. Well, after dinner, everyone relaxed. Look, said DW, I teach Killer a trick. Taught, said Grandma. You taught Killer a trick. But DW didn't hear. She had seen something on television to add to her list. Arthur, what's the matter? Asked Grandma. I haven't found the right gift for Santa, said Arthur. Only 2 shopping days left, reminded DW. So Arthur is trying so hard because he wants to find something that Santa would like. But we don't really know what Santa likes. And here they go again in the store. The next day, Arthur, DW, and their friends went shopping. Killer went too. Arthur searched the entire store and still couldn't find the perfect gift for Santa. What's the big problem? Asked DW. I can see 100 things I want. Let's go tell Santa. Santa, what would you like for Christmas? Asked Arthur. Ho, 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 laughed Santa. You just leave the giving to me. DW had her picture taken patting Santa's tummy. Now, boys and girls, if you haven't caught up yet, we are seeing 2 different approaches for Christmas. DW likes to ask for what I want, and Arthur likes to ask about what he can give. So take and give. Pretty different, right? Alright, let's continue. Buster was next. Santa, be careful coming down the chimney at our house. My parents always forget to put out the fire. Ho, 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 said Santa. Don't worry, I'll use the front door. Then it was Francine's turn. Have you been a good little girl? Asked Santa. Oh yes, smiled Francine. I'm always good. Always? Asked Santa. Well, what do you think, boys and girls? Do you think Francine is always a good girl? I don't know, actually. All right. Afterward, Buster treated them all to ice cream. How nice. Arthur could hardly finish his root beer float. He had only one more shopping day. Look, said Francine, Santa eats ice cream. I'll have a banana split with 6 scoops of bubble gum ice cream, said Santa, with double hot fudge, whipped cream, and nuts. I'll say he eats ice cream, said DW. So what is happening is they saw someone who dressed like Santa who is ordering ice cream. But is he the real Santa? We don't know. But now Arthur thinks Santa likes ice cream. What do you think? Well, Arthur is getting more ideas at home. At home, Arthur asks his family for help. How about a nice colorful tie, said father. Aftershave is always a good gift, said mother. I bet Santa could use some toasty warm long johns, said grandma. So everyone has a different idea of what Santa would like. Arthur, you're taking this shopping too seriously, said DW. Just do what I do. Get everyone the same thing. So don't think too much about it. Just give everyone the same thing. But Arthur is not content with that. Arthur wants to find a perfect gift for Santa. Well, that afternoon, everyone was getting ready to go caroling. But Arthur didn't have time for Christmas carols. Time was running out. It was only one day before it's Christmas. Please come along, begged DW. I'll be the only kid. And besides, Mrs. Tibble always gives us a present and hot chocolate. So they are pleading for Arthur to come with. But then Arthur went window shopping instead, hoping that would give him an idea for Santa's present. Santa was ho-ho-hoing and drinking a diet root beer at the car wash. So Arthur saw a Santa at the car wash place, and this Santa apparently likes root beer or diet root beer. But that's not it. Moments later, Santa was at the Golden Chopstick, eating subgum chao gu, a Chinese dish, I guess. I've never heard of it. I'm a Chinese, actually. Alright. And then Santa must have run to the deli at the corner of North and Main. The waitress shouted Santa's order to the cook. Catch a fish, hit it with rye, and put a pair of shoes on it. Santa sure eats a lot, thought Arthur, because there have been 3 different Santas and they all like different food. Finally, Arthur went home. He hadn't seen a single thing in any of the store windows he thought Santa would like. Santa was on TV eating Papa Piper's pickled peppers. That's it, said Arthur. He started making his list. What do you think Arthur is going to do? Well, turns out Arthur counted his money. DW, he said in his sweetest voice. Okay, how much do you need? Asked DW. But only if you promise to stop being such a grouch. Now, what's going on is Arthur is checking out probably DW's piggy bank. I guess Arthur wants to borrow some money, or maybe just get some money from DW. I think he is thinking about getting Santa's the perfect present. The next morning, oh, can you see okay? Yeah. The next morning, Arthur gave DW half of his list. He took the other half. What are they going to buy? Well, let's check out. Arthur is holding a box of pizza mix and a bunch of other stuff. But we don't know what his plan is yet. DW had to keep Killer out of the kitchen while Arthur made Santa's present. He's making it on his own. What's all that noise? Asked Father. Arthur is making a mess, reported DW. The kitchen door opened and Arthur sneezed. Mom, how many cups of pepper in pickled peppers?" he asked. "Maybe I should help," said Mother. "No, please," said Arthur. "I want to make Santa's present myself. Just tell me, how many sticks of gum in Subgum Chow Goo?" "Poor Santa," said DW. Now, girls and boys, if you have not picked up, Santa is, or I should say Arthur, is going to mix quite a few things together. He thought Santa likes diet root beer, Subgum Chow Goo, and also a dish for takeout place, and also the pickle from the TV ad. And he is about to mix everything together. Let's see. It doesn't sound great. Hours later, Arthur whistled while he set the table for Santa. "What's that?" asked Father. "Pickled peppers, a hot fudge sundae on bubblegum ice cream, and Subgum Chow Goo. I sort of combined Santa's favorite foods," Arthur explained. "Now, would you want to eat that?" Maybe not. Maybe not. "What's that big lumpy thing that's moving?" asked Grandma. "A pizza to go," said Arthur, "with everything on it. If you want Santa to come, you'd better go to bed," said Mother. "If we want Santa to come," thought DW, "we had better do something about that food." DW isn't so convinced. DW thought if Santa saw that blob of food, Santa would not want to come. Well, let's see what happens. DW couldn't fall asleep. "I have to do something," she thought. "Poor Arthur worked so hard, but if Santa gets one whiff of Arthur's present, he will never set foot in the dining room, much less eat any of it." Careful to miss the squeaky step, DW tiptoed downstairs in the dark. What do you think DW is going to do? Well, we can find out if I can turn the page. Well, this is what happened. The next morning, Arthur was the first one up. "Santa ate it all," he cried, and he left a note. Well, girls and boys, do you think Santa really came and ate all of Arthur's present? No, it was all DW's doing. So, the note said, "Dear Arthur, you were so nice to take the time to find out my favorite foods and make them. Thank you. You also teach me about the Christmas spirit. Love, Santa. P.S. Postscript. Aren't you lucky to have such a nice little sister?" Now, there's so much to unpack on this last page, but did you catch that? First of all, it was DW who cleaned out every bit of the food, because DW didn't think Santa would like Arthur's present, but she did not want to hurt Arthur's feelings either. So she decided to clean off everything and to make it look like Santa ate it all. And DW also wrote the note, which is pretty nice, but it's also pretty funny because she used the wrong word. She said, or she wrote, "You also teached." Well, actually, it's supposed to be taught. But remember, when Grandma was teaching DW, the past tense of the words teach, she was not paying attention. Now let's look at it again. "I teached Killer a trick," DW said. "Taught," said Grandma. "You taught Killer a trick." But DW didn't hear. She was distracted because of what was on the TV. So, I hope you like this silly story, and I hope you also keep in mind what Arthur was doing or trying to do for Santa all along in this story. She was not thinking about getting his present once in the story. Instead, Arthur was thinking about what he can give to Santa the entire story. And I think that is such a kind spirit. So I hope you take this with you today, and I'll see you next Monday. Have a great weekend.